Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Target Focused Life. Today I have the Browning Cynergy CX crossover over under 12 gauge shotgun. So if you're looking for a detailed, in-depth review, you've come to the right place. Let's go. So a common question that I get about shotguns is, what's a good gun if I like to shoot a little trap, maybe some sporting clays, hunt upland, shoot some ducks? What's a good all-around gun? And while there's no super easy answer to that, I mean, every gun is kind of tailored towards a different discipline. What Browning tried to do with the CX is create a crossover so it could go across multiple disciplines. Actually, just let me tell you what Browning says about this gun. I'm always fascinated reading the websites, the marketing materials for the manufacturers. This is what Browning says: a crossover breakthrough. Even though you might shoot just a little trap, break a few sporting clays, and chase pheasants in the fall, a safe full of over-under shotguns is more fantasy than reality. Rejoice! Your never-ending quest to find one gun designed to perform in multiple disciplines is over. Cynergy CX models combine 60-40 point of impact with a light, nimble feel to please the most demanding shooters, both on the range and in the field. So if that's you, let's take a look at the Browning Cynergy CX. So as we just read, this is made for versatility. We're gonna put that to the test today. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and feedback to see if that's actually true, if I agree that this is just an all-around versatility gun, and what it is good for. The MSRP of this shotgun is $19.59, but of course, if you're shopping at Reed's, you're gonna find it for less than that. Now, it's not a cheap shotgun, but it is a quality shotgun, I believe. So let's jump right into the specs of this shotgun. It is a 12 gauge shotgun. The Cynergy CX is only available in 12 gauge. The gun tips the scale at 7 pounds, 14 ounces, and you can definitely feel right when you grab it, it's solid. It's got some heft to it. That's not necessarily a bad thing when you're out shooting clays, but it's not necessarily a great thing when you're out walking long days in the field. The length of pull is 14¼ inches, and you can also put 1/4 inch spacers in there to start increasing the length of pull. The drop at comb is 1 5/8 inches. The drop at heel is 2 inches, so you only have 3/8 drop on the comb. The Cynergy CX comes with the Invector Plus Midas chokes. It comes with your standard improved cylinder mod and full. This is a 30-inch barrel, but it's also available in 28-inch and 32-inch models. Let's take a look at this trigger. First off the bat, I'm just looking at this trigger. It looks great. It's kind of a flat-facing trigger. Flat in the sense that it doesn't curve horizontally around. It has, you know, the normal slight crescent to it. Got a little texture to it. Very thin trigger. Ooh, that's clean. Let's put the trigger gauge on it, see what we're coming in at. Okay, any guesses? I'm gonna say just under 5 pounds. Jordan, what do you think?
5.5.
5 pounds, 7.7 ounces. Let's enter that one, do another pull. That's heavier than I thought. Jordan, the cameraman, is closer than I was, and I got to pull the trigger. That doesn't look good, bro. Put it down in the comments if you'd like to see Jordan do the next shotgun review. 5 pounds, 2.1 ounces. Let's give it another go. Ooh, 5 pounds, 8 ounces. Okay. We're looking at 5 pounds, 6 ounces, we'll call it. 5 pounds, 6 ounces. So this trigger is quite a bit heavier than I thought, but it feels great. Now taking a look at the ergonomics of this shotgun, that's the look, the feel, the form, the function. It looks quite a bit different than a lot of other shotguns. I mean, right from the get-go, notice how the semi-pistol grip comes down, and normally you have like a little nub here. This just kind of comes down and then nicely flows back into the stock. The fore end has got some kind of crisper edges, not as much rounding, crisp edges. There is a slight taper to the fore end here. It does feel good in the hands. I noticed that right off the go. There's not contours in the forearm like I generally like, but I tell you what, it feels great. As far as balance, this gun feels front heavy. A lot of guns, the balance point will be close to the hinges. So we are a little front heavy on this, which when we're talking trap or sporting clays, that's not necessarily a bad thing. When we're talking out in the field, shooting birds, it's not necessarily a bad thing either. But the weight is a specific consideration of this shotgun as far as having it as a field gun. Check out this trigger guard. It's got the Browning Buckmark logo. It's kind of got cut-ins right here. When it comes to the receiver, it's kind of basic, right? It's a nickel-coated receiver, no engravings. We have a raised rib with an ivory mid-bead, ivory front bead, vented barrels. It operates really, really smooth right out of the box. Maybe have 50 rounds at most through this gun. And when we break it apart here in a minute, you'll see it looks a lot different than quite a few other standard over-unders as well. Safety is all right. I don't know if I like it as much as some of the other Browning safeties. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but super easy to operate. Very nice looking shotgun. It has the Inflex recoil pad. We'll see how this does on recoil. I imagine weighing over 7 pounds, it's gonna handle the recoil, should handle the recoil quite well, but we'll see here right now. By the way, the Cynergy comes in 12 different options. They have 3 Wicked Wing editions, a Turkey edition, the CX with adjustable comb. As you can see, this one does not have the adjustable comb. Trap with adjustable comb. They have the Field, the Feather, the Micro Midas. So a lot of different variations of the Cynergy. So if you like this gun, but you're thinking the CX maybe isn't for you, you can definitely check out one of those other variations. Enough talking, let's do some shooting. Check out the recoil of this shotgun. Pull. Pull. Definitely takes the recoil straight back into the shoulder, nothing into the face. You're out in the field, you're walking for pheasants, all of a sudden the dog's on point, bird jumps up, pull. Oh yeah, crushed it. Pull. Oh, this thing points so nice. I did notice, length of pull's maybe a bit short. I'd probably put a spacer in there. If you see when I mount up, I get my head way forward on this gun. This gun swings so smooth, points so nice. I'm really enjoying it so far. Recoil, very manageable. Shooting ounce and 1/8 target loads. I'm not shooting anything heavy here, but that's kind of my standard when I'm out doing this recoil test. So I can tell you I've shot 12 gauges that punch you in the face, that jump way back on you, that have a lot of muzzle rise. This gun is smooth, big difference. Let's break this gun down real quick, just see how it comes apart. Very simple, like a lot of over-unders. Flip the lever. Fore end comes off. Now we're gonna drop it. Barrels come off. You can see the ejectors here, and you can also see how it hinges here. Look at this long hinge point. And inside the receiver, you can see the hinges that it slides in. So normally you'll have like a little circle in there, on a hinge on both sides. It's a little circle and just a little cutout on this side. But being that it hinges on such a long surface, my guess is this will stand up and last a lot longer than those other shotguns with a hinge point. I could be wrong, that's speculation. Love to hear any thoughts, feedback on that. It goes together just a little bit different than a lot of over-unders. I'm still getting used to it myself. There we go. This gun, I'm sure once I did it 3 or 4 times, I'd get a pretty good hang of it, but it goes together quite a bit different. As with so many things about this shotgun, it's not your standard over-under shotgun. It's time for some speed shooting. Let's put this gun to the test, see how fast I can get on 2 hand-thrown clays. This is where I really get to see how easily it points, how quick it swings, all those different factors and considerations, mounting, pulling the trigger, because when you're pressured, all those things really are magnified. And I'm pressured because of that clock. So let's go. Oh man. It took me a little while to get on those clays, but that split is gonna be fast. Oh, 114. That's a really good first run, ladies and gentlemen. 114. That split's gotta be a 1.7, 1.6. Yep, right on the dot. 1.7. Let's see if we can beat a 114. Oh boy, that better be fast. I think it was 0.99. That is my fastest time to date with an over-under. 0.99. Let's see what we had as far as times. 0.75 to get on that first clay. From the buzzer, throwing 0.75 to get on it. And a 0.24 split. So my split wasn't even super fast because I got down to a 0.17 earlier. Whew. Sub 1 second, throwing 2 clays. Not bad. Okay, guys. Final thoughts on the Browning Cynergy CX. So my consideration is if I could only have one over-under and I'm gonna shoot some clays, maybe some trap, maybe some skeet, sporting clays, whatever it is, would I purchase this gun as my one and only? I think you always need to prioritize what's your number one pursuit. Are you gonna do primarily clays and maybe a little pheasant hunting? Or are you gonna do primarily pheasant or upland hunting and maybe a little clays? If I'm gonna go out and shoot pheasants, I would prefer a little bit lighter gun if I'm gonna be doing a lot of walking. But if I'm out shooting clays, I like this heavier gun. Right? So there is no one perfect solution for all the different disciplines. Now, I've never pheasant hunted with this gun, but just knowing the weight, not a huge deal. I mean, I carry all sorts of guns. Yes, you feel it over time, you do feel that weight add up, but I wouldn't have any trouble holding this gun, walking the field, you know, because either you're up like this, you're leaned against your shoulder, and that little bit of weight difference doesn't make a tremendous difference, or you can always walk like this, and then a matter of a few ounces to a pound doesn't make a tremendously big difference. Now, if you're in close quarters, walking maybe the north woods of Minnesota, grouse hunting, maybe this is not the gun for you. I mean, if you need something that's gonna pop quick, but I tell you what, I was getting on clays super quick, smooth, nice pointing shotgun. If I could only have one over-under shotgun, I would have a hard time with this one. For this reason. There's just nothing fancy about it. I just like me some engraving, even if it's not high end, just some nice engraving. I like it to look a little fancier. But as far as a utility gun, they can do a lot of things, shoots really well. There's a lot to like about this gun. I wish the trigger was maybe a little bit lighter, but on the speed shooting, I just shot my fastest 2 clays since I started doing over-under reviews. So that's saying something. I think all around, a great package. Definitely an option if you want something for versatility. I would not hesitate buying it. Browning makes great stuff. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Would love to see your comments, thoughts down below. Remember, whether you're in the field or in life, you're only gonna hit those shots that you're laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya.